I've just lowered the temperature on the grow-on pond to 22°C. I've cleared out the auto feeder so that it's only feeding Saki balance from the 7th of October. If you're going to lower the temperature in your pond, do it in the morning so that it can slowly descend over the whole day. Don't do it in the evening where a sudden drop in temperature is likely to occur. Yes, I'm reading a script, otherwise I would miss the important bits and ramble on and on and on. News: a couple of milestones reached. First, a big thank you to all of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate it. I also hit 200 videos posted with the last one, so hopefully they're improving as I go along. Please let me know in the comments what you think. I netted up the koi in part 1 so that we have a benchmark to go on, so we can see a change or no change at the end of the winter. This is more a journal of the koi over the winter and of how the koi do at this temperature solely on Saki balance. Koi are very sensitive to the water and daylight hours. It's no accident that koi grow best in the long days of summer and spawn in warm, shallow water. If we feed a lot of growth food in winter, the koi can't produce enough beni or red cells to keep up with the growth due to the shorter daylight hours and less intense radiation. Even feeding colour food, we are fighting against the odds. This is a major problem, as the koi can lose all of its beni if forced to grow continually hard in winter. It will always choose to grow rather than look pretty. The problem is we are fighting against nature, and nature nearly always wins. The other problem is the cost of heating water to 24°C. It takes an extra 16 kilowatt hours more to heat the water from 20°C to 24°C. 750 gallons from 5°C, which is the incoming water temperature in winter. I used an online calculator to do the maths, so if you know differently, please comment below. It surprised me that 16 kilowatt hours seems a lot of energy for a measly 4°C difference in water temperature. If you want to heat, then the rule of thumb is a kilowatt per 1,000 gallons. Saki Hakari states, if your water is unstable, feed in the warmest part of the day and don't feed within an hour of sunrise and sunset. Interesting. They also state feeding smaller amounts more often can increase the weight and girth more rapidly. This comes back to my old mantra: the secret to feeding koi is a little and often. So an auto feeder is an essential bit of kit. I use a Fishmate P7000 on a frequent feed setting, which I have filled with Saki floating balance. It's set currently at 8 feeds of 3 loads, so 30 grams per feed. This works out at about 250 grams per day, or 1.6 kilos a week. At 170 pounds per bag, and it's a 15 kilo bag, it will last a couple of months. So at least 3 bags to get me through the winter, so that's 510 pounds. So, is there an alternative to Saki Hakari? Please don't think I know it all. I've been a koi keeper for 30 years, but the more I know, the more I realise I know very little. So learn from my mistakes and subscribe to the channel. Cost of heating. Obviously, the lower the temperature, the cheaper the cost of heating. You can heat the water to a number of different temperatures depending on what you want to achieve. You might want to heat to 13°C just to keep the koi's immune system going and save on heating costs. At 16 degrees C, you will have more active koi, but a greater cost of heat, but they will be more hungry for food, which will also cost more. In my case, 20C, I want the koi active and growing, but slowly. I also want the biofilm in the media on standby, so in the spring when I up the heating and feeding to match, the filter can kick in quickly. So what's your heating regime over this winter? Please leave a comment below.